Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this video, this is KR Bhardwaj. I always welcome you to my YouTube channel, Font of English Education, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of the English language. Today, we are going to learn about relative pronoun. This is the seventh video of pronoun. A quick recall till now what we have learned. When we talk about the very first part of speech, noun has been completed in 11 videos, including 3 test papers, including 3 practice sets. If you haven't watched those videos, please go to the homepage of the channel and watch. There is a separate playlist of noun. And when we talk about pronoun, in the very first part of pronoun, in the very first video of pronoun, we learned about introduction and types of pronoun. What is a pronoun and how many types of pronouns are there in English. And when we talk about second, third and fourth videos of pronoun, we learned about person, subjective case, objective case, possessive case, and person, first person, second person, third person, singular and plural. I also mentioned you when we use, I also gave you an overview of orders, when two or more pronouns of different person are used together in a sentence, we have to write them in an order, in a sequence 1 2 3 and 2 3 1. When do we use 1 2 3 order and when do we use 2 3 1 order? And when we talk about fifth video of pronoun, we learned about demonstrative pronoun, this, that, those, these, such and one. And very last video, which was related to interrogative pronoun, who, whose, whom, which, and what, etc., etc. I also mentioned you, I also gave you an overview of adverbs, interrogative adverbs and interrogative adjectives. Okay, all words, interrogative words. Interrogate means to ask question. All words, WH family words, which are used to ask questions, are not interrogative pronouns. If you haven't watched previous videos, please go to the home page of the channel and you can go to the description and watch. So today we are going to learn about relative pronoun. This is the very important, the most important topic of the English grammar. It's very important, guys. Relative pronouns. About it, there are many errors are asked by examiner related to relative pronoun. What is a relative pronoun? Now question rises over here, what is a relative pronoun? A relative pronoun that is used to relate noun or pronoun. A pronoun that is used to relate an antecedent, okay, that makes a relative clause is called a relative pronoun. I hope you understood. Relative pronoun relates a noun and pronoun. Okay, it makes an adjective clause. Like, if you are confused about relative pronoun, what is a relative pronoun? What is an antecedent? What is an relative clause? Okay, let me explain you. Okay, with the help of these two sentences, the books, guys, point, the books which I bought yesterday were costly. Guys, point to be noted here. The books is noun over here. Okay, it's a noun. I'm so sorry, I'm writing roughly. It's a noun, and which is a relative pronoun. Which I bought yesterday, it's entire clause, which I bought yesterday. This is a relative clause. It is also called an adjective clause. I will explain each and everything in adjective chapter, but today we are going to learn, as you know, we are going to learn about relative pronouns. The books is a noun, which is relative pronoun. Which is a relative pronoun. I'm so sorry, I'm writing roughly RP, relative pronoun. I bought yesterday, which I bought yesterday, the entire clause, it's a relative clause. Okay, books which I bought yesterday. Okay, this clause tells us something extra about this noun. Okay, this is also called antecedent. Guys, point to be noted. Antecedent. Okay, it's also called antecedent. This is an antecedent. Books is an antecedent, which is a relative pronoun, and when we talk about which I bought yesterday is an adjective clause. You can say relative clause. Okay, it gives us extra information about noun. The books which I bought yesterday were costly. This is verb, guys. Point to be noted, main verb of this sentence. The books were costly. Okay, okay. Which books? Which I bought yesterday. Books which I bought yesterday were expensive, very very costly. So here and here he is one of the officers who does not help the poor. Guys, point to be noted here. He is subject. Okay, it's pronoun. It's noun and it's pronoun. I hope you know about he very well, about pronoun. Third person singular number. He is one of the officers. Okay, who has been written for. Okay, who does not. I'm so sorry. Who don't not. It's don't. Okay, do not. He is one of the officers who do not help the poor. Guys, here this is a noun. It is, you can say it's antecedent. 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 Okay, it's an antecedent. It's relative pronoun. Who is relative pronoun. Antecedent who is relative pronoun, who do not help the poor. Guys, point in note, who do not help the poor. It means who do not help the poor. It's a relative clause. Who do not help the poor. Who don't help the poor. He is one of the officers. Okay, who don't help the poor. Guys, point to be noted here. When we use verb, okay, verb is used according to the antecedent. Here officer is an antecedent. Here books is an antecedent. Okay, is an antecedent. Books plural, verb plural. He is one of the officers who do not help the poor. Plural, that's why verb is plural. If, okay, he is an officer. He is an officer. Okay, who does not help the poor will be the correct answer. If antecedents his singular, in this case we use singular verb. I mean, according to the antecedent, verb is written according to the antecedent. Here, if antecedent noun and pronoun is singular, verb is also used singular. If noun and pronoun antecedent is plural, verb is used plural. Okay, do not, as you know, it's verb, main verb of the, okay, it's verb of this clause. Okay, he is one of the officers. As you know, after one of the officer, we use always plural noun, one of the officer. Okay, one of my friends, one of my brothers, one of my sisters, one of my cousins. You can say one of my friends. Okay, he is one of the officers. Okay, one out of many. Okay, he is one out of many officers who do not help the poor. I hope you understood. I repeat here, which, okay, a relative noun that is used, relative noun that is used to relate a noun and pronoun. Okay, that is used to relate an antecedent. Noun and pronoun and antecedent. Okay, or relative noun that makes a relative clause with the help of relative clause. This is also a relative clause. Who does not help the poor. Relative clause. Okay, relative clause. It's also relative clause. Which I bought yesterday is a relative clause. Who does not help the poor is a relative clause. When we talk about relative pronoun, who and which, both are relative pronouns. Antecedent, here antecedent. Books, here antecedent. Officers. I hope you have understood each and everything. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So there are 6 relative. Okay, let me write over here. Let me erase it. Who, whom, whose, which, what, and that. Guys, point to be noted, these are relative pronouns. Okay, we will learn each and everything about in a separate video. Who, whom. Today we will learn about who and whom, uses of who and whom, and after that in the next video we will learn about whose, which, that, what, after that which, what and that, everything will be covered in detail. We will learn each and everything in detailed video. Okay, I will make separate video about who. Today we are going to learn about who and whom. Guys, now you must have watched my previous video, interrogative pronoun. So now question rises over here, the same video, who can be used as an interrogative pronoun, whom can be used as an interrogative pronoun, whose, which, what, these can be used, okay, as an interrogative pronoun. If you are confused, so let me tell you. Now question rises over why. How can we recognize when who is used as an interrogative pronoun, when who is used as a relative pronoun, when whom is used as an interrogative pronoun, when whom is used as a relative pronoun. All words, not that is not used as an interrogative pronoun, that can be used, okay, we can use that as a relative pronoun. So here, guys, point to be noted, listen to me. When, who, whom, whose, which and what, okay, we use these words to ask question. These are interrogative pronoun. When we use these words to ask question and get answer a noun, these are interrogative pronoun. When we use these words who, whom, whose, which, what and that to relate something, to relate a noun and pronoun, to relate antecedent, in this case these are relative pronouns. Here, the books which I bought yesterday were costly, which is an relative pronoun. Okay, which is your book, in this case which is an interrogative pronoun to ask question, which is your book, which is your pen. Okay, and okay, he is one of the officer who do not help the poor. Who is here relative pronoun because it tells us something about antecedent. It gives us, who gives us extra information about antecedent, okay, about officers, about a noun. Okay, who are you, who are you to ask question, who are you, who was she, okay, who is he. So in this case, who is used, who is she, an interrogative pronoun. I hope you understood. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask. The boy who is, I repeat, WH family words. Okay, who, whom, whose, which and that. When we use these words to relate a noun and pronoun, these are, in this case, these are relative pronouns. When we use these words to ask questions, in this case, these words are interrogative pronouns. Okay, who are you, interrogative pronoun. Okay, and the boy who is standing there, he's my friend. Who is standing there? The boy who is standing there is my friend. The girl who is wearing white dress, he's my sister. Okay, who is, in this case, who is over here a relative pronoun. So in the next slide, we will learn about use of who and whom. Okay, in detail, who and whom. After that, in the next video, we will learn about whose. In the next video, which, what, that, everything will be taught you. Okay, in detail, step by step. We will learn step by step, in thoroughly. Now let's start learning about who and whom. Uses of who and whom. Guys, point to be noted, relative pronoun who and whom. Both are used for human being. Guys, point to be noted, who and whom. Guys, point to be noted, who is used for human being and whom is also used for human being. Both are used for human being. And guys, point to be noted, who is used for subjective case, okay, subjective case, and whom is used for objective case. I'm so sorry, I'm writing roughly. Who is used for subjective case and whom is used for objective case. Both are used for human being. Guys, point to be noted, who and whom cannot be used. Non-human being and small baby, infant, toddler, etc. For these, who and whom is not used. Okay, so what we use for infant, toddler and non-human being, we will learn about it in next video. Okay, about step by step, which, whom, that, who, whatever is used for them, we will learn each and everything. For you can understand over here, who is used for subjective case and human being, whom is used for objective case and for human being. Guys, point of note, both are used. Who and whom are used for human being. Who subjective case, whom objective case. I hope you understood. In the next slide we will see some examples. Okay, how we use who and whom in the sentence for human being, you know, and for subjective case and objective case. As you know, guys, whom can be used as, you know, passive voice. By whom an apple is eaten. Okay, who eats an apple? Active voice. By whom an apple is eaten. You know very well about. I hope you understood active passive voice. Otherwise, we will learn in further videos. In the next slide, we will see some examples. Have a look at the word. Okay, there are some examples. First, I met Rahul who was singing a song. Guys, pointing noted, I met the Rahul who. Rahul is an antecedent. It's a noun. Who is a relative pronoun over here. Who was singing a song? A relative clause. You can say an adjective clause. It gives us extra information about noun. Okay? Rahul is noun. Subjective case. As you know, who is used for human being as a subjective case. Who was singing a song? Who was singing a song? Rahul. I met Rahul who was singing a song. Here, who is used as a relative pronoun. Not. Okay? Guys, point of note, if this sentence, who was singing a song. After that, question mark. Interrogative pronoun. Okay? Yeah. But here in this sentence, I met Rahul who was singing a song. It's a relative pronoun. Okay? Who is a relative pronoun. Subjective case, I met Rahul. Okay? I met Rahul whom you invited. Here, objective case, whom have you invited? Whom did you invite? Okay? I invite Rahul. I met Rahul whom you invited. Objective case. Who is used? Subjective case. And whom is used? Objective case. I hope you understood. Whom is used for objective case. Who is used for subjective case. Both are used for human being. Okay? Though both are not used for non-human being. Infant, small baby, toddler, etc. This is the girl. This is the girl who is pursuing MBA. This is the girl. That is the girl who is pursuing MBA. Subjective case. Who is pursuing MBA? Guys, point in this sentence. Who is pursuing MBA? Question mark. If this sentence you write, who is pursuing MBA? Question mark. It helps, no? A question mark. After that, it means an interrogative question. But no, here in this sentence is not an interrogative sentence. It's a normal sentence. Okay. This is the girl who is pursuing MBA. Who is a relative pronoun. Girl is an antecedent. Okay, noun. Adjective clause. Who is pursuing MBA? A relative clause, you can say an adjective clause. This is the girl whom all teachers praise. Whom all teachers praise. This is the girl. That is the girl. That is the boy whom all teachers praise. I don't know the person who denoted the money. I don't know. Who denoted the money? I don't know. I don't know the person who denoted the money. Okay, subjective case. The man who works hard can be trusted. The man who works hard. Man, a noun. Okay, whom, relative noun, antecedent noun, and who works hard is a relative clause. Can we trust it? Verb. The man can be trusted. Okay, who can be trusted? The man who works hard can be trusted. I hope you understood. Who, subjective case, whom, objective case, both are used for human being, and both are not used for non-human being, toddler, infant, and small baby. In the next slide we will learn more example. Okay, which type of questions are asked by the examiner, which type of errors are made by examiner. Okay, in the next slide we will see about we will learn about it. We will see some examples. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take. Have a look at these examples. The boy who studies hard get good marks. Guys, point you know this is an incorrect sentence. The boy who studied hard, studies hard, gets good marks. Why? Because the boy is only one. It's a singular noun, and after that, who is a relative noun who studied hard. So, for singular noun, as you know, we use singular verb. So, get is a plural verb. Gets. Now, it's a correct sentence. The boy who studies hard gets good marks. Man verb is gets. The boy gets good marks. Who studies hard. The student who was asleep during the class were punished. Guys, point to be noted here. The student, singular subject, relative noun, who was asleep. Relative clause, who was asleep. A relative clause. Antecedent, student, noun. And during the class, who was asleep during the class, a relative clause. And when we talk about were, is verb over here, so we have to write was, not were. Student is singular, that's why verb will be singular. Okay, the students who were asleep during the class were punished will be the correct, but here student is singular, that's why verb will be singular. Was is a singular verb. Okay, verb, plural verb. I hope you know about it. I, who is your friend, always stands by you. I, who is I. I know with I we use am. I am, not I is. He is, she is, I am, you are. I hope you know about it. I, who is not. Okay, we have to say right who am. Okay, I, who am. Verb is written according to the antecedent. Who is a relative noun, antecedent is I over here. I who am your friend, not I who is your friend. I know it's little bit awkward to listen, but guys, point to be noted, it's correct. I who am your friend always stands by you. No guys, man verb stands. No, stands is used for third person singular number. I is over here first person. I stand by you. So here answer will be stand, not stands. Okay, now I who am your friend always stand by you is a correct answer. I am the person who am to blame. Is it correct and incorrect? Guys, it's an incorrect. I am. Okay, I am. He is, she is. Correct. The person. Here antecedent is a person. Who, relative noun. We are talking about a person, not I. I am the person. No. I. Okay. Who is talking about? We are talking about a person. Okay. So here answer will be is. is to blame. I am the person who is to blame. But guys, don't be confused with this sentence. Okay, both of the sentences. I who. Here antecedent is I. That's why we have to use am. But here antecedent is person. That's why we have to use person for person. Singular number is. Okay, people. If it were people, okay, they are the people who are to blame. You have to write plural, who are to blame. Okay, she is the girl, she is the girl who, okay, is to blame. I hope you understood. So person, girl, boy, man, we use is. Here am I, we use am. I hope you understood. I repeat, boy singular, that's why verb singular. Gets, the boy gets good mark. Who studies hard. The student who was asleep during the class was punished, not were. I who am to your friend, who am your friend, always stand by you, not stand. I stand by you, not I stands by you. Okay, she, okay, she who is your friend always stands by you. In this case, you can use stands, but with I we use plural verb. I takes plural verb in present tense. I hope you know about person. Okay, but guys, point to be noted, in present tense I is used plural, and past tense I used singular. I was singular verb. Present tense I am plural. I have plural verb. So I explained each and everything in a pronoun chapter. Maybe second video, person, second video, first person, second person, third video, first person, second person, and third person. If you haven't watched that video, go to the description and watch. So I am the person who is to blame, not who am to blame. I hope you understood. In the next slide, we will learn some examples, guys. Why antecedent must be, okay, antecedent must be near to the relative pronoun. Okay, in the next slide we will learn about it. Have a look at these examples. The position of relative pronoun must be as close as possible to the antecedent. So guys, here first sentence, Ravi reads a newspaper who is an English teacher. Guys, point to be noted here, English teacher. Ravi reads a newspaper who is an English teacher. So we are talking about Ravi. So here antecedent is who is relative pronoun, antecedent is a newspaper. As I taught you before, as I mentioned you before, who is not used for non-living being. Okay, newspaper is not a human being, so this is an incorrect sentence. It means Ravi reads a newspaper, who is an English teacher. It means newspaper is an English teacher. No, it's impossible. No, so that's why this is an incorrect sentence. Okay, Ravi reads a newspaper who is an English teacher. Same. Okay, if you write over here which, guys, point to be noted, which, you can say which and whom. We will learn about which in the next video. Tomorrow we will learn, in the next video we will learn about which. So Ravi reads a newspaper which is an English teacher. So same, newspaper is not, okay, which we can't use. As you know, which is used. I will teach you tomorrow, but today, so I'm gonna tell you which is used for non-human being. Selection and non-human being, human being and non-human being. Here, newspaper which, no, we can't use, okay, which. Or Ravi reads a newspaper which is an English teacher. Same, English, okay, newspaper is an English teacher. That's why this is also an incorrect sentence. Ravi who is an English teacher. Ravi antecedent, here newspaper antecedent, here newspaper antecedent. Ravi who is relative pronoun. Ravi who is an English teacher reads a newspaper. This is a correct sentence. Okay, Ravi. So antecedent must be okay as close as it possible. We can't here antecedent. Okay, this is not. If you were thinking who, so here Ravi is over here. Okay, and Ravi is here. It's very far, so it should be near to as close as possible. Ravi, who is an English teacher, he reads a newspaper. This is the verb. Reads is verb, main verb of the Ravi reads a newspaper. Ravi reads a book. Okay, who Ravi? Who is an English teacher? Okay, we are talking about by whom? No, we are talking about a Ravi. Who Ravi? Who is an English teacher? I hope you have understood. I repeat, the position of antecedent must be as close as it possible to the antecedent. I'm so sorry. The position of a relative pronoun must be as close as possible to the antecedent. I hope you understood. I hope you have found this video helpful. If you have found this video helpful, please don't forget like, subscribe and share. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the next video on use of which as a relative pronoun. Till then, take care, goodbye, have fun.